Stanley Petables, where I still, no matter how I try, cannot jump. Alright, so red button. Red button. That seems terrifying. Boop. Alright, more loading screens. I think I'm actually doing what the guy tells me this time.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
If the voice
Why
gets
did
in
he
your head,
feel
you
this
actually want
now,
to start reading
when
them.
for years
That's my
it had
problem.
never
Throwing on
occurred to him?
captions.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
I really don't know why I want to do it either. Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Or do I go to the mind control facility like the voice in my head tells me to, or do I run down the escape corridor? I think I'm gonna run down the escape. No. Do what the voice in my head tells me. Take the escape. Voice, escape. Voice, escape. I think I'm gonna run escape. Nope.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Okie dokie then. Well, I think I just done did messed up. Alright, well, let's see where this takes me.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Knowing what I know about the voice before
At this
the
point,
voice kind of
Stanley was
me.
making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Got it. Oh my, that's very unpretty. Allons-y! Okay, once again, Stanley's legs are made completely out of pure, unadulterated
As the machine
steel.
whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the
Way
big
to get out of
picture.
here.
He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Do I have a way to get out of here?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Okay.
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
This was a family-friendly game. I'm not eviscerated instantly, and I have a new voice inside my head? Okie dokie then. The Stanley
And yet it would be
Parables.
just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
You're kidding
What
me.
exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Nature paintings. Well, those are all very pretty. What the? Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path Stanley's office was 2 doors. The first part of the game was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout the development. Of the core layout remains identical to the first iteration. Alright, so I would leave out through there. Office cubicles. Run around. What do I got over here? The corridor. The pacing of this corridor section of the opening section was important to get right. The corridor had been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors in a good amount of time. Fantastic. The 2 doors. The set of the 2 doors is the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parables design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction of this room posed. That looks like my desk back in my real world. The office. Nope. Door 1. Door 2. Those don't work. Button sounds. A selection of sounds is used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Interesting. Okay, that's cool. One more thing over here. Filing cabinets. None of them can do anything. Alright. Office computers. I saw that one and turned it off. Employee database. Oh, I need to be able to read those. Oh well. That's gone. Gone forever. And solitaire. You're done. Hey, no. Turn off. No. Turn off. I'm what? No. Bad solitaire. Okay, well, whatever. That's not gonna... Credits. The Stanley Parable. Lots of names. Made using Valve. From the source engines. Oh, my nose itches again. Well, I think this is the end of the game. Okay. The office. The maintenance room. The copier and broken wall texture. Let's go around it this way. Well, welcome to the credits of the Stanley Parable. I honestly thought there was more to it. I'm pretty sure there's more to this game had I made other choices and whatnot. The boss's office. Scenes from development of the boss's office. So, the boss's office could look one of many different ways. Cool. The clock, which still is not correct, it's saying... I think it's still saying the same time as it did before. Maybe there's more stuff over here. Ooh, hidden rooms. Hidden rooms. What do I got here? The employee lounge, underground, and early versions of the underground portion of the game. Oh, look, another escape tunnel. That looks pretty final. I'm going to save that. I'm going to come back to that. Alright. So, in a game about choices, I made all the wrong ones, and then I made all the right ones. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Okay, so see, there are multiple endings, which I like that, the countdown desk. One of the desks from the early version of the countdown ending. Did it just... okay. Freedom ending, this is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Okay. What do I got here? The monitor room. From a time the elevator in the monitor room could go up and down. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Something bad's about to happen. Alright, for a time the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with the freedom above and the countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. An early version of the countdown room. Ooh, that looks cool. So, if I didn't get the countdown and I didn't get the freedom, what did I get? Game design mockup. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Debbie, the writer, as kind of an audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though the environment has changed, the basic layout of the mockup is still the same. Fun! There we go. May have to boost my voice on that one. Sorry, y'all. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office. The first was created in November 2011, this one. The second in March 2012, this one. And the third in February 2013, this one. Which is what it looks like it ended up with. Alright, so less filing cabinets, more filing cabinets, cubicle extended, second monitor, second computer added, second computer taken away, phone, positioning changed, more desk, larger office, nope, same office, more filing cabinets. Fancy. So is this just like the death ending? Alright, what I got here? The lounge, an early version of the employee lounge, the office stuffs. Whoa. Screenshot of the Stanley Parable HD. The point of the Stanley Parable HD is to win. The point of the Stanley HD is to lose. More endings, fewer endings, more narratives, fewer narratives. More Stanley, less Stanley. Am I going crazy? Maybe this isn't the same image. Was that the clock there before? I don't remember. How do I go back? Can you check for me? Oh, good night. No. can't see the image because of all this text. Someone could just get rid of the text. Maybe then I could see what this game is about. Words, something upside down, something sideways and larger. Green light. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to the green light valves processing for approving of games for Steam. The green light page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. Fun. Tron. In early development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up going to a battlefield to fight aliens. That sounds awesome. The action game would become sentient and... What? And would wage war against the narrator. Yes! We realized shortly after starting the build that was far too joking and on the nose of the tone of the game, plus some people interpreted it as making fun of the people who like shooters, which was not our intention. That's cool. And yet they kept part of it to throw in here. That's cool. From Montgomery. Whoa. Urgent response needed. Please like to keep the pros the top secret deleted if you're not interested. Get back to me if you are interested in the details. Regardless, transfer of a whole lot of money to you. The money initially began to the Liberian continent. I have a burning question. On the scale of Max Ernst to Salvador Dali, how surreal would the game be if you were born with a magnificent voice, or did you just bargain with the magician to receive it? Finally, what is the most important of all? What is Stanley's last name? Are you a rock? Narrator emails. After the second trailer was sent out, we asked people to email the narrator questions, which we had initially planned to use in further promotional materials. We never found the perfect use for them. However, here is a selection of those emails. Why does that matter? Seriously. It's not frustrating as much as it just... Why does it matter? The meeting room. Okay. Maintenance layout. The flow of the hallways flowing together in the first two doors is important to get right, since players will replay them many times. We discussed a number of designs that ultimately, it was the simplest version that won out. Okay, option 1. Doorway to the maintenance from the lounge. Confusing ending to confusion ending, okay? To confusion ending. Ooh, so I could go to the lounge into the maintenance. Disobey lounge maintenance. The other entrance would be hidden dependent upon how you enter. And through event. To confusion. What about this? Doorway to the maintenance of the lounge. The original back on track option. Doorway to the mountain. Wow, that's cool. Holy cow, there's a lot of stuff here. I'm glad I actually did it this way, because we ran 4 Mazer teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each of them meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator imbuing viewers that he is preparing a new version of the Stanley Parable. That is a lot of words to get out in one breath, but I can do it. That looks like a miniature. The Zending model. Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the 4th version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon it and change it again shortly before launch. I get to see, like, all the endings. This is awesome. The game is now paused. Boop, boop, just like that. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the players restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this when they were supposed to do, frustrating everyone. Zending. The screenshot depicts an early version known as Zending, which is eventually cut and merged with other parts of the game. Cool. And this looped back around. There's an exit there. I don't know if I want to hit that just yet, so can I hit those? Nope, okay. I still can't jump. That frustrates me that I can't jump. You hear me smacking my key? I want to jump. I want to jump so hard. I want to jump so bad. Okay. Alright, we saw down there. We saw over there. That looped through. That cut around. This was Stanley's offices. This is really cool. I'm actually glad I decided to end up doing it this way. The Stanley Parable on off. If I go this way, am I hosed?
Oh,
boy.
look at
Nope.
these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another.
Yep. No, I still got more
How
to
they
see.
both wish to be free.
I am free still, because I didn't go down the hallway. I don't know if I'm going to get to hear that again. Alright, so we saw that, mind control and escape, and this looked like the end, but... Narrator outtakes. Kevin Brightning, the voice of the narrator. Good job, buddy. The recorded dialogue for the entire game, roughly 3 separate times over 2 years. Wow! These are clips from the early takes that were not used in the final game. So I guess I could sit here and listen to that. Looks like something over here. Nope, just a wall. Okay, so if I wanted to sit there and listen to a whole bunch of narrator outtakes, I could. So apparently there's a Zending, a freedom ending, a mind-controlled ending, and some other things. So it looks like that will take me to the ending that I have with a light switch that I can turn on or off. That's cool. So what do I got down here? Look at these two, how they wish to destroy each other, blah, 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 blah. Alright, so I have an option here. I can turn off the Stanley Parable. It is currently set to on. With a flip of the switch, I can turn it off and end my suffering, I guess? Boop!
Can you see? Can you
Nope.
see how much they need one another?
No.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
This is narrator number 2.
But listen
What was
to
the name
me.
of the first dude,
You can
Kevin?
still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
How?
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
So, I could do this and beat the game by quitting to menu? Or beat the game by being smooshed? I'm gonna try being smooshed. Bad idea. I think I just got smooshed. Turned into jelly. Am I still... Nope, definitely smooshed. Okay, so I think that's it for the Stanley Parable. Me being a complete flailing dummy. So, thanks for joining me on this round of Stanley Parable, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye! Hello, everybody, and welcome to the outro. Well, you know what to do. If you want to leave a comment, there's a whole big listing down there for you to write what you thought about it. If you want to like that video and let your other friends know that you like it, and think that you want to share me around, go right ahead. I won't stop you. There's even a little button for that down there. And if you think you can put up with me again, there's another button for you called subscribe. Go ahead and hit that, and we can go on this entire journey together. Well, that's it for me. I'll catch you guys next time. So many different ways to play the game. I could just do this all over again. Anyway.